You're seeing this for a reason. You're not reading this by accident. Something inside you, maybe a discomfort, maybe a quiet pain asking for change, brought you here. And if you pay close attention, you'll feel that subtle pull telling you that this might be the exact moment when your transformation finally starts to take shape. The truth is, on some level, you've already realized you can't keep living on autopilot. There's a misalignment between who you are today and who you know deep down you could become. That inner conflict shows up when you're about to sleep in wandering thoughts during a shower, or in that emptiness that appears even when everything looks fine on the outside. Maybe you're tired of repeating cycles. Maybe you're exhausted from carrying a responsibility you don't know how to handle. Or maybe you simply feel that life is charging you for the lack of alignment, and without noticing, it demands more discipline, more perseverance, and the courage to finally admit, I need to change. Whatever brought you here, one thing is certain. You're seeing this for a reason. And as we move forward together, you'll discover how this urgency can become the beginning of your greatest turning point. The wake-up moment and life's urgency. Sometimes, life gives us a push we can't ignore, a scare, a loss, a deep silence. And in that moment, awareness wakes up. We realize every minute matters. When you learn that over 150,000 people die every single day, urgency stops being theory and becomes personal responsibility. This awakening is almost always unexpected, but never random. It's as if existence itself is reminding you that transformation begins when you accept that time doesn't come back. From there, choosing alignment, purpose, and a new mindset stops being a luxury and becomes a necessity. Personal responsibility and identifying the problem. Nothing truly changes until we have the courage to admit what's wrong. And that hurts more than any discipline. The question, how did I get here, opens doors most people avoid. But that's exactly the question that begins the transformation. Recognizing your responsibility isn't blame, it's power. When you understand that your current life is the result of old mental programs, habits, beliefs, narratives you don't even remember, learning everything starts to make sense. It's like updating software that has been frozen in time. Without the update, there's no alignment, no purpose, and every decision becomes a repetition of the past. The mental program running your life. Most people believe they decide everything consciously, but the truth is we're running an invisible mental program. Fear, scarcity, doubt, abundance, each of these codes shapes your perspective and influences your transformation. And once you notice this, the game has already started to change. These programs create a powerful chain. Beliefs, thoughts, actions, results. The problem was never you. It was the outdated code running in the background. Updating that system makes room for alignment, purpose, and a stronger, more responsible mindset. Effort without alignment doesn't work. You can work hard, wake up early, stay up late, do everything right, and still feel stuck. That happens when your ladder is leaning against the wrong wall. Effort without alignment becomes exhaustion. Hustle helps, yes, but it doesn't fix a heart that's out of sync with its purpose. When you adjust your internal direction, the external world responds. Transformation accelerates. Discipline feels lighter. Even pain changes meaning. It's like trading a confusing map for a clear compass. The importance of inner transformation. Every real breakthrough begins inside long before it appears outside. When you try to change only what's visible, your job, your routine, your body, but keep the same mindset, life gets stuck. True transformation grows within, where no one sees, but where everything begins. Ignoring this is like repainting a house without fixing the foundation. Pretty on the outside, unstable on the inside. When you strengthen your emotions, beliefs, and inner world, the external world finally aligns. Ending self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is that ghost enemy inside us, always whispering that we're not capable. It shows up in repetitive thoughts, procrastination, comparison, tiny decisions that push you away from your purpose. Identifying these patterns is the first step to real transformation. Updating your inner operating system means replacing old beliefs with a mindset aligned with who you want to become. It's like clearing corrupted files, suddenly everything flows. When you eliminate those routines of pain and fear, discipline, and perseverance stop being burdens and become tools of freedom. Alignment with purpose and destiny. When you find alignment with your purpose, life stops being a battlefield and starts flowing like a river that carries you forward. Action becomes natural. Decisions become clearer. Results appear with less pain and more ease. Intention becomes your engine, not fear, not pressure. When you walk aligned with your destiny, excessive effort becomes unnecessary. This is where mindset strengthens, responsibility grows, and perseverance produces results faster. Choose your heart, choose your type of pain. Life won't let you live without pain. It only lets you choose which pain you'll carry. The pain of discipline hurts now, but rewards later. The pain of indiscipline feels good now, but punishes you later. Understanding this changes everything. Being disciplined is hard, but being undisciplined is also hard, except that one leads to regret. Every decision becomes an act of alignment and responsibility, not meaningless sacrifice. Pain as an inevitable part of life. Pain is part of existence. It appears in losses, unexpected changes, challenges, and in the choices we avoid. What most people miss is this. Pain has an expiration date, and that's what makes transformation possible. When you face pain with a mature mindset, it stops being the enemy and becomes fuel. The pain of discipline strengthens you. The pain of regret weakens you. In that contrast, alignment is born, turning pain into power and progress. Pain can be the end or the beginning. It depends on the mindset you choose to feed. When you transform suffering into clarity, strength, and resilience, something inside you wakes up. It's like life whispering, "Now you're ready." That pain shapes character, sharpens decisions, unlocks dormant potential. Every challenge becomes a test of perseverance and purpose. When you use pain as a tool, not punishment, everything shifts. Processing pain is a skill. Processing pain isn't talent, it's a skill. Like reading, writing, or daily discipline. When you walk through frustration and loss without running away, your mindset evolves. And that inner shift creates space for transformation to happen with more awareness and less chaos. You stop pretending everything is fine. You start understanding, welcoming, reframing. That doesn't weaken you. It strengthens you. Reward versus regret. Every choice builds one of two things: reward or regret. There's no middle ground. This awareness changes your mindset because it forces you to see that every decision has a cost and a potential for transformation. Choose the pain that builds you now, and life rewards you later. Avoid responsibility, and regret will arrive eventually with interest. Understanding this dynamic strengthens perseverance and aligns you with your purpose. A call to decision. There comes a moment when thinking isn't enough. You must decide to grow, to change, to forgive, to discipline yourself, to take responsibility. All of that hurts, but it's the kind of pain that transforms. Life will always show you two paths: the one that hurts now and rewards later, or the one that comforts now and charges you later. The choice is yours. Transformation becomes destiny once you choose with alignment and purpose. In the end, everything you read only becomes real when it becomes action. So ask yourself, what type of pain will you choose to carry from today on? The pain that builds or the one that destroys? The pain that opens doors or the one that keeps you stuck in the same cycle? Look at your life with honesty. What transformation have you been postponing? What decision do you keep avoiding? Where's the alignment missing between who you are and who you say you want to be? This isn't pressure. It's an invitation to grow, to take responsibility, to walk toward your purpose. Now ask yourself, if nothing changes, where will I be 1 year from now? And if I change everything, where could I be 1 year from now? The answer is in the choices you make now. If this message awakened something in you, stirred you, or helped you in any way, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. There's much more coming to guide your mind, your discipline, and your journey of growth.